I mean, Claressa Shields said she can beat me, bro. Claressa
Yes,
Shields,
she did.
I don't know what state she from, man. They got legalized marijuana out there. What's she smoking on, bro? You know, we all saw her get dropped by her sparring partner, man. You know, it is what it is.
So look, they asked me questions and I answered them. The question a long time ago was, who is a male fighter I think I could beat in a boxing match? Mm-hmm. I said Sean Porter and Keith Thurman.
We could fight for charity, you know, boys and girls clubs. Like, what am I doing getting in the ring with Claressa Shields? Like, get out of here.
Some of these guys are so intimidated that I'm just so strong and so confident and so great at what I do. They're intimidated that they think, like, dang, if I was to fight her, she could probably beat me up. That's intimidating for a man. I don't go around like, oh, I'll beat up these men. What's up with you, Charlamagne? You want to fight? You want to fight DJ Envy? What's up?
Don't
I don't
fight.
walk around like that.
Claressa Shields is clearly a master of her craft. But when she publicly called out former Unified champion Keith Thurman for an official fight, the entire combat sports world was shocked. She wasn't asking for a casual sparring session in the gym. She confidently said she could step into a professional ring and outbox him.
I've been sparring against boys and men for 20 years. That's 2 decades of boxing. I didn't say I'm going to go in there and knock Rolly out. I didn't say I can overpower him. I said I can outbox him. I've outboxed plenty of men who are professional boxers inside the ring. Yes, sparring is not a real fight of sparring, but boxing is not MMA sparring. MMA sparring is 60%, 70. Most of the time up in sparring, especially sparring against a guy and he got his girlfriend in the gym, his wife in the gym, his kids in the gym, he not finna let no woman get off on him. I get off on men and piece them up and sparring respectfully with their women and with their kids there because I'm a very serious boxer. You cannot speak doubt into my skills and what I can do, Shannon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that because you gotta really be in the gym. I sparred over 100 rounds for this fight against Franchon. Watched her. I sparred all men. I had 2 different sparring partners, 10 rounds twice a week. That's 20 rounds, 2 different men. For, I don't know, 8-10 weeks straight, I sparred over 100 rounds. These guys are pros. The sparring partner I had was 170 pounds. One was 173 pounds. I'm sparring against these guys to get ready for my world championship fight against Franchon, who's a decorated amateur, decorated pro.
Instead of responding with harsh trash talk or getting offended, Keith Thurman reacted with amusement and didn't take the situation seriously. He openly joked about the idea of a real fight and made a disrespectful counteroffer that quickly went viral. He said he would only step into the ring for a charity exhibition with heavily changed, almost funny rules. He wanted to wear huge, oversized gloves and have Claressa Shields use heavy headgear. Then he added one final dismissive comment, saying he didn't want to punch a woman in the face. It was a clear dismissal, treating one of the greatest female boxers ever like a beginner, asking for a lesson.
Really manifest. One, I have no interest in this type of fight. But if the fans hold interest in such an event, and if we can do it for charity, I most likely would fight her with my jab only. She could even put on a headgear, okay? And like, what else did I say? I said I'll do jab only.
You could wear bigger gloves. She could wear bigger
she could put on a head. If we could get a plethora of money together for these I'll wear bigger gloves. Like whatever. It's an exhibition. Like you said, this fight there's no such thing as a real fight. So like the homegirl said, the men played different. I forgot, but somebody reminded me, women don't even do 3-minute rounds, bro.
I know.
They don't even do 3-minute rounds. Like, what do you like? It's not even the same. It's not even the same thing.
It's almost not even the same sport. Then they go rounds too.
Then she had the audacity to say, "I spar men," and she puts this video of her sparring some kids that look like they just walked into my boxing club. They look like the softest amateurs I've ever seen. And she hits this boy with an overhand right. She's in the corner. She hits him with the overhand right. Boom! He eats that, man. He eats that thing like some Lucky Charms. He don't take one step back. He got hit square in his face. He don't take no, and he ate it like some Lucky Charms, man. Didn't take one step back. Her homegirl filming the whole thing was like, great right hand. You know, like, look, man, I don't know. We're in a very funny world.
Keith Thurman wasn't just making jokes. He gave a harsh reality check by using the official rules against her. He clearly pointed out a big flaw in her plan, saying she is simply not used to fighting 12 rounds. In men's championship boxing, fights have tough 3-minute rounds, which test stamina and power at a much higher level. In women's boxing, rounds are only 2 minutes long. By pointing out this major difference, Thurman broke down her chances in a real men's fight. He showed that she isn't physically trained for the long and exhausting pace of a top-level welterweight title bout, turning her bold challenge into something very difficult to even make happen.
Gender, right thing, they don't even box 3-minute rounds.
Right.
She's not a 12-round fighter, you know. Serena Williams said that men's tennis and women's tennis aren't the same sport. Okay.
Yeah, she got beat by like the 100 or something ranked person. It was pretty crazy, but she just got destroyed by like a guy who I think wasn't even in the top 100 or something like that, top 1,000.
Yeah, it's not the same sport. She said the speed of the serve alone changes the dynamics of how the whole game is played.
Right.
And so, you know, I mean, boxing is boxing. You know, it is what it is. It's not. You know, I mean, shoot, on some Jake Paul undercard at the circus, like, you know what I mean? Where boxing is not boxing, it's just boxing because it's boxing, you know, like that's what she wants, you know. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I still have true love and dedication for the sport. I'm just a purist in that attribute, you know. I think it's really hard for the women. They don't have enough competition. They don't have enough to sell themselves. They just don't have enough excitement, you know, in the sport. And it happens, you know. I think watching a female tennis match is very entertaining, you know. To see females on the court, to see men on the court are entertaining. To see females on the ice ring, to see males on the ice ring, it's entertaining, right? There's certain sports where the gender doesn't take away the entertainment, right? To see women play golf and to see men play golf, it's entertaining because those women are better than most of the guys watching. You know what I'm saying?
Keith Thurman eventually lost his usual patience during a live interview, leading to a very unfiltered reaction. Known as a respectful and well-spoken fighter, he finally got frustrated when asked again about her constant claims. He angrily questioned what she was thinking to believe she could compete at his level. Then he made a highly controversial comment that spread quickly, saying she talks way too much trash. To support his point, he mentioned tennis legend Serena Williams, noting that even she has admitted there are big physical differences between men's and women's sports. Thurman's message was clear. He believes she should stay in her own division.
Before I get you out of here, I want to talk about Claressa Shields. She said she could beat Rolly Romero. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Claressa Shields says she can beat me, bro. Claressa
Yes,
Shields,
she did.
I don't know what state she from, man. They got legalized marijuana out there. What's she smoking on, bro? You know, we all saw her get dropped by her sparring partner, man. You know, it is what it is, man. She a female with an erection, baby. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, she just talks a lot of talk. You know, women and you know, males, they very rarely, even on an exhibition level, have they cross paths with one another, right? Serena Williams has made the big statement of the difference of the women's division and the men's division just off of the first serve, the speed and the power from the serve, you know. So she's a talented woman who's done great things in boxing. Hats off to her. Applause, a lot of things, but you know, when they say stay in your lane,
The online boxing community quickly turned against Claressa Shields, bringing up a piece of leaked footage that hurt her strong reputation. Fans shared a blurry and controversial sparring video all over social media, which damaged her credibility almost instantly. The clip showed her being knocked down hard by a male boxer named Arthur Amatovs. It was a tough moment that went against her confident claims of beating top male fighters in private gym sessions. The video spread rapidly across platforms like Twitter and Instagram, giving fans more reason to support Keith Thurman and criticize her idea of fighting men.
Who's the baddest man you ever whooped? Could you even tell her? You're not trying to put anyone.
I don't even consider sparring like whooping guys because sparring, I'm working on certain things, they're working on certain things, and guys are like, I'm like so respectful of the guys. Like I done dropped guys in sparring.
That was my next question.
I done been dropped in sparring once by a guy.
He got you to the body or what?
Nah, I ain't never been dropped to the body. No, I ain't no fucking punk. I got caught. No, but the guy I sparred, he was like a little Russian hater. He took the padding out of his gloves. I had whooped his ass on a Monday, and his coach wanted to spar again on Thursday. But he caught me, but he didn't have no padding in his gloves. He know exactly who he is. Damn. Exactly. Damn. So that's what I'm saying. So it get kind of serious when you sparring against these guys and you embarrassing them. So where they gotta take the padding out their gloves. And this happened to me 2018, right before I fought against Hannah Gabriels the first time.
What happened to him before he left the gym? You guys find that out before he left the gym?
Yeah, 100%. I spar. So whenever I spar against two different guys. So I sparred 4 rounds with him. I think he dropped me in the 4th. Then I sparred 4 more rounds with another guy. And then he got out. Then the guy who dropped me, he stayed in and he boxed against the other guy I sparred. So the other guy I sparred, Harold. Harold can tell you the guy's name. He sparred against him, and it was like second round. And he was like, "Bro, you wasn't hitting like that on Monday because we all worked on Monday." So after they got done sparring, I walked up to him and I was just like, "Hey man, thanks for the work." And I felt his glove and I'm like, "Oh." After I pulled down, I said, "Come here." Took the gloves off, I held them, and then his coach I snatched off and said, "No." I said, "What the fuck are these?" And then like the little dude was acting like he didn't speak English no more. And then his coach was like, "I had got these gloves from Roberto Duran. These were good." I said, "Who the fuck wears these kind of gloves in sparring? There's no padding in here." So I ran out to my car to get my knife, and by the time I came back in, the coach John was grabbing me because I was about to cut the coach. Because the coach said he gave him the gloves, so I'm about to cut you. If you done dropped me, and like I said, this is 2018. I'm a changed woman.
Quickly trying to explain the situation, Claressa Shields went on the defensive after the leaked knockdown. She strongly claimed that Arthur Amatovs had unfairly changed his gloves by removing the padding before the sparring session. However, the internet can be very unforgiving, and most fans didn't accept her explanation. Instead, they saw the video as clear proof that her challenge to male champions wasn't realistic. The idea that her opponent needed to cheat didn't convince people, especially when the footage clearly showed her getting knocked down. As a result, her reputation took a serious hit among hardcore boxing fans.
You believe you can?
I beat Rolly. He's a world champion. Rolly Ramirez. Listen, it's not about... I think Rolly is very unorthodox. He's very strong, right? But I'm way taller than him, way longer than him, and got better boxing skills.
So how about one of his punches, though?
Did you not hear what I said? It's hard for somebody smaller to hurt somebody that's bigger. I walk around at 185. He fights at 140. Or is it 47? It's
He said 140, 147.
But I'm just saying though, like when you, and then like with his skill set, he can't be.
So that's where it came from. You said that you could be the 3-division world champion, lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight. Take it away.
He just became welterweight. Who did he fight against for that 47 belt? I can't remember. Who he beat for that 47 belt? Was it Ryan Garcia?
Hold on. I just let me see. He
So-
recognized as the champ.
If
I don't know if he beat-
it wasn't Ryan, it was the older guy. It was the older guy, but it was the stoppage.
He's about the Mexican that really beat him, but they gave him the
Yeah,
the
they stopped the fight too fast.
Yeah. That guy was beating him. I know the older guy. He's like 40-something years old, 46, somewhere in there.
A shocking twist came when boxing fans took a closer look at the man who actually knocked her down. The hardcore boxing community has a sharp memory, and they quickly noticed an ironic connection between that sparring moment and one of her past claims. Claressa Shields had earlier said she could easily beat champion Rolando Romero, which made the situation even more surprising and added to the criticism she was already facing.
Rolly, you know why you've been
I
in the
know,
news,
I'm
too.
a little, yeah. I don't even want to talk about it, but we're going to have to.
What is it about you that she feels that she can beat you? What is it about? I mean, she looking at it like she's like, hey, what, we can fight at 165. I mean, she's 165. She said she can get down to 165. Her last fight, she was at 175. What is it about you, Rolly, that gives her the confidence that she can beat you?
I mean, she's a competitor. I mean, she has to be confident. I mean, I never heard of anyone saying, I'm going to fight this person and lose.
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, women don't normally say, you know what, I'm going to fight a woman fighter. Doesn't normally say, you know what, I'm going to fight a male champion fighter and I'm going to beat him. In judo, in karate, in MMA, it doesn't matter. Tennis player, basketball player. We don't see women. We don't see someone of the opposite sex call out someone in said profession that they're in and say, "Yeah, I can beat him."
Serena Williams did, and she lost to the ranked 200 dude.
Yes, and he beat a sister too. One beat 1-6, 1-6-2, the other 6-2, if I'm not mistaken. But she was like, you know what? I can't beat. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I can't beat a male. I just can't.
Okay, well, I'll say it like this, right? If she believes she can beat me, then she'll beat me.
Would you fight?
I don't hit women.
They got 20 million. They got a $20 million purse. Now all of a sudden, 20 million. You ain't gonna be driving no Corolla. You ain't gonna be driving no Toyota Corolla.
I mean, I don't drive any of those anymore anyway.
Well, see, I know 20 million will go a long way, Roland. I don't know about you, but 20 million, that seems like a lot of cheddar.
Oh man, I don't hit women. I just don't hit women. It's not even about the money. 20 million, 30 million, 100 million, bro. I wouldn't sell myself.
But Rolando Romero actually faced Arthur Amatovs in a real professional fight. Unlike a tough sparring session, Romero completely knocked him out in just 2 rounds. This created a harsh reality that was hard to ignore. The same fighter who dropped Claressa Shields couldn't even last 6 minutes against the male champion she was confidently calling out, making the gap in level very clear.
Honestly, I think it's hard for her to be able to beat a male fighter, but I would love to see it because she campaigning it, and if she believe it, I believe it. So I believe in her at the end of the day. So I would love to see it.
You do realize men produce testosterone. They have longer bones. They have harder punching power.
What if he don't hit Claressa? What if he don't hit her?
Shakur,
then what?
You gonna go to hell. For lying, you go to hell. That's what the Bible teaches us. I know you're a man of the blood. The Bible teaches us.
Man, tell her to come to training camp with me. She is not gonna get touched.
He gonna cut the ring off. Even at that weight. Let's just say she fights at, I think she fought this last fight at 175. I think she said she can get down to 165. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, she gets down to 165. He's at 140. His body still produces more testosterone than hers. His bones are still longer than hers. It's like Serena. All her partners, her hitting partners were men.
Yeah.
She couldn't beat a 250th ranked man.
You know what's crazy? I agree with you though. I agree with what you're saying. All I'm saying is Claressa Shields is different. So with her being as good as she is and her skill set, I just wouldn't count her out with anything.
As the drama spiraled out of control, major voices in the combat sports world finally stepped in to calm things down. Current boxing star Shakur Stevenson shared a mixed opinion. He praised Claressa Shields as the female version of Floyd Mayweather, but he clearly stated that boys and girls compete differently, drawing a firm line between the divisions.
You've been in the news a lot this week, Rolly. You know why you've been in the news.
I'm a little, yeah. I don't even want to talk about it, but we're gonna have to.
What is it about you that she feels that she can beat you? What is it about? I mean, she looking at it like she's like, hey, what we can fight at 165. I mean, she's 165. She said she can get down to 165. Her last fight, she was at 175. What is it about you, Rolly, that gives her the confidence that she can beat you?
I mean, she's a competitor. I mean, she has to be confident. I mean, I never heard of anyone saying, I'm going to fight this person and lose.
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, women don't normally say, you know what, I'm going to fight a woman fighter. Doesn't normally say, you know what, I'm going to fight a male champion fighter and I'm going to beat him. In judo, in karate, in MMA, it doesn't matter. Tennis player, basketball player. We don't see women. We don't see someone of the opposite sex call out someone in said profession that they're in and say, "Yeah, I can beat him."
Serena Williams did, and she lost to the ranked 200 dude.
Yes, and he beat her sister too. One beat 1-6, 1-6-2, the other 6-2, if I'm not mistaken. But she was like, you know what? I can't beat. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I can't beat a male. I just can't.
Okay, well, I'll say it like this, right? If she believes she can beat me, then she'll beat me.
Would you fight? Would you fight?
I don't hit women.
This tough biological reality spread widely online, reaching a viral moment on the Nightcat podcast. NFL Hall of Famers Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco firmly rejected her intergender boxing ambitions. Sharpe gave a blunt reality check about differences in muscle density and bone structure, reminding everyone that such a sanctioned fight wouldn't just be unfair, it would be extremely dangerous.
This where y'all get it wrong at. Boxing, I do take personally because that is my job, that's my livelihood, and that's all that I do. Boxing, anything you say about me up in boxing, I take personally because that is my life. I don't have no other life outside of boxing.
So let me ask you a question. So you are above reproach. Nobody can have an opinion about you.
No, you can have an opinion.
But then why you get upset if I got an opinion?
I didn't get upset. I still came on here and talked to you.
But you took a personal shot in your tweet. Shakur took a personal shot. He took a personal shot because after the Teofimo fight, Ocho and I said, he fabulous. He was sensational tonight. I had him taking all the rounds.
But he didn't get the knockout, right?
I said, but his fights don't excite me and I wouldn't spend no money.
Oh, yeah. But see, there again, see, this is what I want you guys to realize, and I've spoken this to the guys who I'm cool with, and even like some of the commentators. Y'all say stuff like that and other people, and then it could affect other people. Like you saying that can make other people be like, I'm not going to spend my money to go and see Shakur fight. And he can take that very offensive because you do have a big platform and people do love Uncle Shannon. You know what I'm saying? So he can take that he can take that personally, but it's like, I think you just should have said it don't excite me. But then when you like, oh, it don't excite me and I ain't gonna spend my money to go, it's like, you know that the money that people pay for the fight goes into.
We want to hear your thoughts. Which male boxer do you think Claressa Shields should face in a professional fight, and what rules should be used? Share your opinion in the comments below. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our future videos. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.